think more than half of the students are international. I think 70%, 80% in the guitar department. I think the beneficial thing about being that international is that students meet people from everywhere, so they make connections with students from everywhere in the world. That might expand everybody's horizon. We have international guest teachers or lecturers, masters that come to visit us more or less regularly, like Peter Bernstein or Lagelund, Romain Pilon. And we also have workshops or masterclasses with international renowned artists, guitarists, of course, in the guitar department, but in general, in the jazz department, we have a lot of workshops with international renowned musicians.
I think it's just important for students to like I said, be curious and explore things. And in my experience, the school here and the students have been very willing to learn and curious, which makes it an enjoyable teaching experience. Like today, what we did basically when we did the group masterclass is more or less we just played for a while, and then just let the students, take it in any direction that they wanted in terms of the questions or things they wanted to talk about. Some of which were pretty specific to that playing situation. Others were much more open, just like what's it like living in New York, or who do you like listening to, or the most essential thing for them would be the same as the most essential thing for me, I would say, which is if you're gonna do this, the only really good reason to do this is the music, So if you're a music student and you're kind of like music is okay, or take it or leave it, then I would say probably not for you. But if you have to have it, then it's definitely for you.
So my teacher was Joachim Schönecker. He really showed me what I need to do, and I always had to work really a lot. So it's an incredible load of work that you have to do, but I was just glad to do it. And year after year, I also saw that I found myself more into the scene and in the music, and that it actually worked what he gave me. And like half of what I know is actually from him now, especially about jazz, of course. Yeah, and I think I got to know really cool people here that I could have bands with, and there are really a lot of projects here, and I got to know great friends, and without them I couldn't have realized my music. But yeah, I managed to play my own music with them. That's really cool. I come from Cologne, and I also know how the conservatory there is, and it's nice about this place that the people are very, very serious there. But here I like that the students are studying together, and it's really about doing this together, and I think that's what this school is good at. And for the size, you have to know that Maastricht is kind of small, right? For the size, Maastricht is really good at doing cultural stuff.
I grew up as a student. I consider myself a student, and to be in a room of people who are hungry to learn, to unpack, I guess, all the troubles and issues that we all deal with is really, something I cherish greatly. What was interesting to me about today's masterclass was that the students all felt very composed and very intelligent. The things they were asking were musical, they were personal, they were physical. It kind of covered the spectrum that I find especially interesting. And to be honest, it's not always that way. Sometimes it's a little more narrow as far as the focus. So I'm leaving here feeling very impressed by everybody, and I wish them the best, and I'm not worried about anybody. I think they'll be fine.
So I try to get people to think musically. That's, to me, the most important thing, is just to start thinking musically and not try to get them to see, that music is not outside of you, it's within you. It's not on your instrument. And so to turn their attention toward the musician inside them who's waiting to get out, you know, and thinks that he has to learn more and learn more and learn more and learn more before he can be a musician. You can be a musician right now today, and so that is, you know, I feel like it's something that I learned early on that I feel grateful if I can pass that along.
So in the first 2 years, we give the students a lot of technical informations because we think that to really express yourself on the instrument, you have to know the instrument really good. Then in the last 2 years, it's more about playing your own music and finding your own voice, finding your style of music. Yeah, I think finding your own voice, that's one of the hardest things to teach. For example, I encourage the students to write their own music, because if you see like composition as a slow form of improvisation, you just have more time to think about what you want to say, and that influences also the improvisation on the other side.